We did it!
Warm it up a bit.
We got food!
So I dropped it into a hot
And I
water
did a
bath and
killing blow.
And I feel like anytime you have to go to the next step in chemistry, it's either get hot or get cold.
and I let it sit there for 30 minutes.
Never again.
All the cotton had disappeared, and I pulled it out of the bath.
We're not going out to one of these boys again. We almost died.
56 milliliters of boiling hot water.
Whoa.
And it brought it down from the 75% that I had before to 27%.
Okay,
I then washed out the beaker with a bit of water.
Oh, you almost
Make sure that
did.
it had everything. And I added a thermometer.
What? Okay.
I now had to keep this at 85°C, and even though it didn't look like much was happening, it was the most important step.
Really?
In the other one, the cotton had just been dissolved, but here, it was actually getting chopped up. The non-cellulose fibers were being attacked by the acid and water, and they were breaking the bonds between the sugar units.
Oh.
Jeez, quite weird.
This reaction, and they were breaking it down into smaller and smaller pieces. I had to keep it running like this for 2 hours, and in that time, it should fully break down into glucose. When it was done, it looked about the same.
Yeah.
I poured all of this into an even larger beaker.
It's getting bigger.
But it was still going to take a while. So, in the meantime, I prepared something else that I needed.
What?
I went and got some of my food-grade calcium carbonate, which is basically just chalk. I'll
Oh.
be using this to neutralize all the sulfuric acid, but I couldn't just throw it in as a powder. I had to make it into a slurry, and based on my calculations, I needed about 225 grams.
Where do you buy this stuff? I don't know why every time I watch a science video, I'm like, how do you purchase this and get it to your
I have a
house?
smarter one,
And they
eh?
have like an entire
I don't
cabinet full of stuff.
kill for enough.
Science store? There's a science store? Alibaba.
I kill when I
Yeah,
need
but
to.
Alibaba seems really unreliable, right? Like, you don't really know what you're getting. There needs to be like a crazy cool science store in every single city so that we can all go and make stuff.
So I measured that out and added 125
You wanna
grams
eat?
of water.
Otherwise, we're gonna just have a piece. We gotta kill something way
I then
bigger
stirred
than us.
around, and after a few
And I feel it's up there, in it.
good to go.
We don't need to kill something else, even though we're not gonna eat it.
When everything eventually cooled down to around room temperature, I started adding the goopy chalk.
Wait, this is like a... Oh,
The was almost died.
It's coffee.
Immediately with the sulfuric acid, and it was
Whoa!
releasing a lot of CO2 gas.
Yeah, don't show that chalice to Yandere though. He's gonna get jealous that yours has a little bit more in it.
This was all being generated as the acid was being neutralized, and the acid itself was turning into calcium sulfate.
Whoa! Forbidden root beer float!
Was that I had to add the chalk in small amounts, or else it would bubble out of the beaker. This was a very slow process, and it was going okay, until it eventually got a bit too thick. This happened because the calcium sulfate was practically insoluble in water, and it was all separating out. So to fix this, I occasionally added some extra water to loosen things up, and it seemed to help. I also added some more water to the chalk, and I slowly added the rest of it.
It has like a mind of its own. Father, can we please have more sustenance? Look at that! It's gonna turn into a human boy!
Hey, now.
At some point, it really started looking way too much like iced coffee.
Yeah.
And it was a bit scary how much I wanted to taste it. That would have been a horrible idea, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we should go for it.
Substance and want to eat it. I don't know. Like, I used to eat all of the, I used to eat Polly Pocket clothes. I ate paper. I would eat the wrappers on the cupcakes, which is actually my favorite part because when it squishes in your mouth, you get the cupcake pieces and it kind of has like a little bit of a batter.
Maybe the falls we could get it.
I used to eat paper.
If it doesn't
clips.
die from the
I
fall,
don't know, I would
anyway.
probably try this.
That's a good idea, right?
It tasted absolutely awful.
Oh, and water bottle caps! I was so addicted to chewing on every single cap
I see you.
that came off of a water bottle.
But anyway,
I see you too.
done adding the chalk, and when I tested the pH, it told me that it was roughly neutral.
Oh.
What I had now was hopefully a mixture of calcium sulfate and dirty sugar water.
We all waiting for it to die.
The next step was
Something.
to filter it.
It was a slow wait.
Showed it to somebody in like Utah.
I swear.
Yes. Coke Zero.
I poured as much as I could into the filter, but it wasn't even close to fitting everything.
Ice
I was
cream.
like half of it, and I was gonna have to do this in 2 batches.
That looks kind of
After
good.
loading up as much as I could, I turned on the vacuum, and I started pulling out the water.
Oh,
Whoa.
you dead.
The filter, and I was getting some nice and clear,
That's piss.
dark liquid.
You need to drink more water.
That's a fight.
Dry. I added some water. I then mixed it
That's what I
around.
said. That was my condition.
To wash out any sugar.
I even
that might
hungry.
have been stuck in the calcium sulfate.
It looks like ice cream. I think I'm just hungry.
This was then all pulled through, and I washed it a second time. Now I had to deal with the other half of the stuff, so I washed
Hey,
the
mate.
filter, and I added everything that was left in the beaker.
I see your cows.
Cool.
Do I have any cows?
And I turned on the vacuum. Just
I don't think
before
so.
I pulled it all through,
Don't
and
know
I
how.
washed it twice with some water.
This
In
is
the
a lot of
glass below,
time.
I was left with a bunch of dark liquid. This was all hopefully some dirty sugar water, but
I
up
guess it's
until
better than
now,
liquid snake.
I had no idea if I had actually made any sugar. To figure this out, though, it was actually pretty easy, and I just
What's it
had to
doing?
use a glucose test strip.
It's
This
so
is normally used
tiny.
to check for sugar in pee, and I was
But it kind of looks like we're causing even though we're not.
told me that there was nothing.
It was
However,
me.
it actually gave me some really good results. It told me that there was for
Oh.
sure glucose in there, and
Wait, is that for if you have like diabetes? I guess that's what it would be for. I don't know. I don't have diabetes. I've never broken a bone. I've never been to
I'm
the
hungry.
hospital. No. I went to the hospital one time and they took my blood and I threw up all over the guy who took my blood and I passed out. And then I woke up and he went, "You're
Yeah,
finally awake."
you can't.
I felt like I was in Skyrim.
That's full. I'm not hungry. No, he's
the
to a skin gooey.
side product and leftover acid. And what I had to do next was try and clean it up a bit. To do this,
No
I
reason
figured
to
the
a skin.
easiest way was to use something
Away.
called a mixed ion exchange resin.
No, the
At
answer.
first, this might sound a bit fancy.
Don't risk injury
Get a guaranteed
to kill
£50 to
something
£250 off selected TVs when you trade in.
if you don't even need to kill it.
I was waiting to see what the alert was and I just got my ass beat for no reason.
Called a mixed ion exchange resin. At first, this might sound a bit fancy, and it kind of is,
Yeah, that's
but
what it
it's
works.
actually super simple to use.
It is so
It's
pretty.
also commonly used
I know a good
aquarium
spot
water,
where I never died.
and quite
Oh.
easy to buy.
I always thought that having an aquarium, even though it's beautiful, seems like a lot of work.
Let's go.
If I had an aquarium, I would want one.
Never
that
died
was
drinking in this
900
spot.
little shrimps. I would want a shrimp
Good spot.
farm. That would be awesome.
Good
I
spot.
got all my resin from Amazon, and all I did was put it in this plastic tube.
Nothing goes
Now,
there.
cleaning the dirty sugar
Even if they
solution,
do, don't think they can
I
wait.
just had to pour it through.
Oh.
As it passed over the resin, it pulled out anything that was charged.
Go.
and
Take
this
a
included
little
things
bit of a
like
turn
acid
right there.
And salts. The sugar itself, though, was a neutral molecule, and it shouldn't have been affected by it. It even got rid of some of the color,
It's still
and after
pee-pee.
just one run, it was looking a lot lighter. I then swapped out the beaker for another container,
You've got a lot of
and I passed
containers.
it all through again. I was doing this just to really make sure that
Yeah.
I pulled out as much junk as possible.
How come it looks so clear when it comes out of like the little nip knob like that, but when it all collects, it still looks like piss? But right there, it looks so
Over there.
clear. But then it turns
Drink.
into ripple again.
We can drink right
When
there.
it was done, I
You're a
washed
bit
the
too
resin
high.
with some extra water, and at this
Over.
point, it should have been relatively pure.
You get your spot as soon as
Besides
one
the
of us
obvious
is
orange
fresh.
color, there should
Don't
have
worry.
been practically no salts.
Or you just fall down, that's okay.
However, the main issue now was that there was still way too much water, and I had to get rid of most of it. So, after pouring it all into this large dish, I threw it into a food dehydrator.
Oh, it's gonna be like rock candy, maybe?
This is normally meant for things like peppers or fruit, and it's basically just a warm box with a fan. I then ran it until I felt that it was low enough, which ended up taking about 35 hours.
Whoa!
After that, I
35!
took it out, and I poured it all into a beaker.
Good spot, isn't it?
Cheers.
It was just slightly over 400 mils.
Oh, I just thought about that. Okay, guys, stay with me. Don't forget, okay? Don't throw up.
Okay.
Back in the day, when they didn't have equipment and they had to
Okay,
figure
damn
out
it.
if you had diabetes, did your doctor have to drink your pee-pee?
Ammo.
Probably.
And now that it was more
So
concentrated,
gross.
it was a bit darker. It was also slightly acidic, and it had a bit of a weird smell. This
I don't wanna know what it
unfortunately
You can just
smells
rest up there.
back to the ion exchange resin. This time, though, I did it in a different tube that I made from a water bottle. This one had a valve at the
Okay.
bottom
Valve.
that was closed, so everything wouldn't pass through right away. I also included a
What?
bunch of activated charcoal along with the
Whoa,
resin,
they're
which I was
dancing.
hoping would help with the smell and
Yeah, I
color.
agree. This is a
After
good
everything was
spot
added, I stirred it around, and then I
to
let
be
it sit there. I
or
wasn't
drink.
sure how long I had to leave it, and based on almost nothing, I decided that 5 hours was probably good.
I agree.
Over that time, I just randomly stirred it every so often, and it did get noticeably lighter.
Oh wow, it
When
did
it hit
actually.
my
It's like more
valve
yellow,
mark,
less
I
orange.
opened the valve,
Oh,
and I
from all
drained
over there.
everything out.
It's more like Arizona green tea now, but before it was like apple.
With a bit of extra water, and it was now hopefully
How the
cleaner.
hell do you get
The
up
only
there?
thing that I didn't like was that it looked a bit cloudy.
Yeah, it's like
To fix
dirty.
this, I tried pouring it through some cotton and sea light, but I don't think that did much of anything. In any case, what I had now was still much better, and it no longer had a weird smell. It
Oh.
basically just smelled like water,
Okay.
and it also wasn't acidic. The only issue was that there was still way too much water, so I put it back into the
Okay.
dehydrator.
Ooh.
Dang, this dehydrator's working at 9 to 5. I mean, 9 to
Those ain't
35.
getting up there is worth it.
When I felt that it was done, I pulled
And
it
more.
out, and I put it into an even smaller container. This one was made of silicone, and if I had made it in sugar, I was hoping that it wouldn't stick to it.
Yeah, we could go here.
After that, I
That's
put
okay.
it back in, and
Yeah,
I
we just go
ran it
here.
until it looked like the volume stayed constant.
It's like a little pool. When I
I have
was
a
kid,
camo
I wanted a pool in the
advantage a bit.
backyard so bad, and I
Get 'em
asked my
green.
dad if we could get a pool, and he said
I'm
no. And then I
aggressive.
said, can we get a slip and
Much
slide? And then he
liquid.
said no because it would kill the grass. And then one day, I went outside and I saw that my stepmom was in an inflatable pool. And what was the difference? Was it because I wasn't the one who was asking? Yeah. And you know what? My dad watches my videos. I remember that. I remember that.
Gotta rush to get some stamp.
Like it was done, I took it out. I was really hoping to see some nice and crunchy sugar.
There's not that much I could get
But that,
up,
of course,
get
wasn't
up
the
here.
case.
So we're mostly good. We're mostly good, right? Except over popos.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my
Other
YouTube channel. My
stuff,
name is Mary.
yeah.
Today we're watching the
More
dumbest
stuff.
TikTok trends ever. The most dumbest thing that we did when I was in school was we would take packs of Smarties and crush them up and that's pretty much it. I wonder what's happening now that people are getting ideas from the internet.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent
Whoa.
bystanders with water pellets.
Please, don't
Why?
see your hands for TikTok. This is perhaps one of the
Yeah.
dumbest challenges
The next I heard.
Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
I'll pee my pants for free. Don't tell me what to do.
TikTok
You
is
can
not
have the next.
reality in real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
TikTok created the internet's worst challenges, and as of right now, TikTok could potentially be.
Oh, everyone's
Today,
outside.
we'll explore the dumbest
Do you even know
TikTok
that?
trends ever, starting with weird ones to straight up insane. So my goal this
Orbeez?
year
What
is
do
to
people
give you
do with
guys
Orbeez?
double the amount of videos without sacrificing quality.
Didn't even know you guys were outside.
So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world's.
Do you build an S?
wasted.
That's
And I
what I'm
promise
saying, that I
to
think I
give
heard
you
an
my
S.
very best. I'm Visual Venture.
Subscribe,
Place down.
Awesome. The Pee in Your Pants Challenge.
This can't be real.
I didn't go over there.
What do you get by walking around
Yeah,
in soggy
nice.
pants all day? That is disgusting.
People usually join